Winston Churchill, one of the most iconic figures in world history, rose to global prominence during one of the most perilous periods of the 20th century, World War II. A leader who, against all odds, stood unwaveringly in the face of tyranny, guiding Britain through its darkest days. His leadership not only shaped the course of the war, but also the future of Europe and the world. Churchill's story is not just that of a politician or a statesman. It is the story of an individual who, at a crucial juncture, became the embodiment of the resilience, determination, and unyielding spirit that defined the British people in their fight against the Nazis. His speeches were electrifying, his resolve unshakable, and his understanding of strategy and international diplomacy would shape the outcome of the war. But Winston Churchill's leadership was not only about commanding armies or negotiating with allies. It was about knowing when to stand firm and when to bend, about inspiring millions with words and actions that would echo across the world. The question we must ask is, what made Churchill the leader Britain needed during the Second World War? And how did his unique qualities influence the course of history? In this video, we will dive deep into Churchill's leadership during World War II, examining his early years, his rise to power, the monumental challenges he faced, and the remarkable decisions he made that not only helped turn the tide of the war, but solidified his place as one of the greatest leaders in history. Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill was born on November 30th, 1874, into an aristocratic family. His father, Lord Randolph Churchill, was a prominent British politician, and his mother, Jenny Jerome, was an American socialite. From a young age, Churchill was exposed to politics and public life, but he faced significant challenges as a student. He struggled academically at school and failed his entrance exams for the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst twice before finally passing on his third attempt. However, this early struggle would become one of the defining characteristics of Churchill's character, his determination to never give up, no matter the obstacles in his path. Churchill's military career began in the British Army, where he served in India, Sudan, and South Africa. It was during the Second Boer War that Churchill first gained national attention. While working as a war correspondent, he was captured by the Boers and became a prisoner of war. However, his resourcefulness and daring escape from captivity made headlines and earned him widespread acclaim. This experience also laid the foundation for his later political career, as it solidified his reputation as a man of action and resilience. After leaving the army, Churchill entered politics, first as a member of the Conservative Party. However, he soon broke from the Conservatives over issues related to trade policy, leading to his joining the Liberal Party. Over the years, Churchill served in various political roles, including as First Lord of the Admiralty during World War I. His early political career was marked by a mix of success and controversy, but it was his leadership and vision during the Second World War that would define his legacy. By the late 1930s, Europe was on the brink of war. Hitler's rise to power in Germany, combined with his aggressive expansionist policies, had already begun to destabilize the continent. The policy of appeasement, championed by British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, had failed to prevent the outbreak of conflict. Churchill, who had long warned against the dangers of appeasing Hitler, had become a vocal critic of Chamberlain's policies. Churchill's warnings became increasingly urgent as Nazi Germany's influence grew stronger. Despite his earlier struggles, Churchill's experience and foresight began to make him an indispensable voice in British politics. His criticism of the Munich Agreement in 1938, which allowed Hitler to annex Czechoslovakia, set him apart from many of his contemporaries. When World War II broke out in 1939, Chamberlain's leadership was quickly called into question. After a series of setbacks, including the German invasion of France in 1940, Chamberlain resigned, and Churchill was appointed as his successor. It was on May 10, 1940, at the dawn of one of the darkest periods in history, that Churchill became Prime Minister of Britain. The Battle of of Britain was a critical moment in the war and in Churchill's leadership. As Nazi Germany turned its attention to the British Isles, the skies over Britain were filled with the roar of Luftwaffe bombers. In the face of overwhelming odds, Churchill's unwavering leadership helped galvanize the British public and military. With the fate of Britain hanging in the balance, Churchill delivered some of his most famous speeches, rallying the nation with his unshakable resolve. In one of his most memorable addresses, he declared, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." This speech, referring to the Royal Air Force pilots who fought valiantly in the Battle of Britain, became a symbol of the determination and courage of the British people. It was not just a call to arms, it was an affirmation of Britain's commitment to fight on, no matter the cost.